Assalamualaikum and a very good day. My name is Hanni Syafiqah Binti Kamaruzaman. My metric number is 056492. Today, my team and I will discuss about International Seabed Authority. But before we go any further, let me briefly explain what seabed is. Seabed, or also known as the sea floor or ocean floor, is the bottom of the ocean, no matter how deep it is. All floors of the ocean are known as seabeds. The Article 1 of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or also known as Law of the Sea Convention (LOSC), the area of deep seabed which beyond their national jurisdiction is defined as the area. In other words, the word "the area" is being used to illustrate the international seabed area throughout this convention. This international seabed area is the seabed and ocean floor and the subsoil thereof beyond the limits of national jurisdiction, and this part of the sea floor is under the International Seabed Authority or ISA jurisdiction. The international seabed area also represents around 50% of the total area of the world's ocean. For further understanding about the ISA, I will pass it to my other teammates.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alifs Merudin and my metric number is 055308. So today I will be explaining about what is actually mean by the International Seabed Authority. So basically, International Seabed Authority is an autonomous international organization that have been established under the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea UN clause and the 1994 agreement relating to the implementation of Part 11 of the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea 1994 agreement. So ISA is the organization through which states parties of the UN clause organize and control all the minerals resources related to activities in the area for the benefit of mankind as a whole. ISA has the mandate to ensure the effective protection of the marine environment from harmful effects that may arise from deep seabed related activities. ISA headquarters was in Kingston, Jamaica, and it came into existence on 16 November 1994 upon the entry into force of UN clause. So ISA became fully operational as an autonomous international organization in June 1996 when it took over the premise and facilities in Kingston, Jamaica that is previously used by United Nations Kingston Office for the Law of the Sea. In accordance with Article 156 of UN clause, all state parties to UN clause are ipso facto members of ISA. So as 1 May of 2020, ISA has 168 members, including 167 member states and the European Union. Organs contain the assembly members, the council members, and also the secretariat. And there has also the enterprise and also legal and technical commission and also economic and planning commission. So observer in International Seabed Authority was there was 30 states and 32 United Nations and intergovernmental organization and also 30 governmental organization as the observer of the ISA. So that is the basic things that you need to know about International Seabed Authority.
Now, I would like to explain about the function of International Seabed Authority. Basically, there are 4 key functions of this intergovernmental body, which are administering the mineral resources of the International Seabed area, which is the common heritage of mankind.
The principle of the common heritage of mankind has been recognized, respected, and abided by widely.
It brought together people, it made them interact and helped developing knowledge, so it broadened the knowledge base.
Our journey is to drive the humankind through a wonderful adventure, which is to go very deep in the ocean to extract some minerals that are necessary for human activity on Earth.
Adapting rules, regulation, and procedure for the conduct of activities in the area.
I think one of the most important work for us is the draft exploitation regulation. It's how to implement the principle of the common heritage of mankind.
Promoting and encouraging marine scientific research in the area.
The International Seabed Authority has been fulfilling its obligations under Articles 143 and 144 of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea by promoting marine scientific research and encouraging capacity building among developing states in deep sea research and technology.
And lastly, protecting and conserving the natural resources of the area while preventing damage to the flora and fauna of the marine environment.
Over just the last few years, say the last 5 years, we've actually had an increase in the number of organizations that are applying for contracts to explore. And I can't leave up the environmental side of things. A lot of new biological species have been discovered in the process of exploring for minerals.
As been stated before, the International Seabed Authority (ISA), who control all mineral-related activities, has focused and prioritized three major mineral resources within the area. There are polymetallic nodules, cobalt crust, and polymetallic sulfide. For the polymetallic nodules, it was discovered in 1873. In 1967, Dr. Arvid Pardo, the Maltese permanent representative to the United Nations, made a speech to United Nations General Assembly focusing on the mineral resources of the seabed, which beyond the limit of national jurisdiction, particularly the polymetallic nodule, which found at great depth and whose exploitation deemed to promise the substantial benefit, which he then proposed to be declared as the common heritage of mankind. In 1994, upon the entry into force of the convention, the initial substantive activity of the ISA was to transfer the registered pioneer investor from the interim pioneer regime and place them under the regime envisaged by the convention. This required the authority to adopt appropriate rules, regulation and procedure for prospecting and exploration for polymetallic nodules in the area. Besides, the plans of work for exploration for polymetallic nodules also has been approved and the contract are issued for exploration activities in the area. This plan of work consists of 40 regulations and 4 annexes, including a model contract. Furthermore, the delegate of the Russian Federation has brought to the attention of the Assembly in 1998 that 2 other kinds of mineral had been the subject of scientific and commercial investigations since the early 80s. Since the primary function of the authority or the International Seabed Authority is to regulate exploration for and exploitation of deep seabed mineral found in the area, therefore there has been the regulator regulate the regulation for polymetallic sulfide, which consists of 44 regulations, 3 annexes including a model contract. Besides, they also issued a contract to the countries that applied to mining these mineral resources. Moreover, cobalt crust, which accumulate at water depth of between 400 and 7,000 meters of the flank and tops of seamount, are formed through the precipitation of mineral from seawater and contains iron, manganese, nickel, copper, cobalt and various rare metals including rare earth elements. Because of this, under UN clause, exploration for and exploitation of seabed material in the area may only be carried out under a contract with the International Seabed Authority and subject to its rules, regulation and procedure. Contract may be issued to both public and private mining enterprises provided they are sponsored by a state party of UN clause and meet certain standards of technological and financial capacity. Ultimately, the economic advantages of deep seabed mining are most likely in the form of royalties paid to the authority are to be shared for the benefit of mankind.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day. I am Balqis Adriana Binti Fahmey with metric number 055014. Reason is that the developed countries' membership in the convention would not confer any maritime right or freedom that they do not already enjoy. They can best protect their rights by maintaining a strong navy, not by acceding to the convention. Secondly, usually these developed countries have set their own legal framework on seabed activities. As for the US, they have established a legal framework for deep seabed mining for more than 30 years through domestic and bilateral agreements. US accessions would penalize the US companies by subjecting them to the whims of an unelected and unaccountable bureaucracy and would force them to pay excessive fees to the International Seabed Authority for the redistribution to developing countries. Thirdly, as a foreign state, they could and they have secured title to oil and gas resources located on their extended continental shelf without acceding to the convention or seeking the approval of an international commission based at the United Nations. Fourth, If they accede to the convention, it will be required to transfer a large portions of royalties generated on their extended continental shelf to the International Seabed Authority.
For a deep explanation about the ISA. In short, it has come to our knowledge on what exactly is ISA and its function. Not only that, we know that ISA is currently taking all necessary measures in according with Law of the Sea Convention to ensure the effective protection of the marine environment, including marine biodiversity from harmful effects which may arise from activities in the area. However, there are some states that oppose this body. We hope that all of this information will be beneficial for all of the viewers out there. Thank you and hope to see you again.